All right. Hannah, I have a confession.
Confess away. Confess your sins. I am your priest.
I saw the Minecraft movie in theaters.
Why?
It's a good question I asked myself. Some of my coworkers wanted to go and see the Minecraft movie and invited me, and they were like, we're going to go play darts or pool after. And I was like, I'll do it for the group camaraderie.
Yeah, I could get into that, the darts and pool after.
So we bought tickets together and just had people pay back, and I was the person who bought them. So me having to go up to the counter and ask for 7 tickets for the Minecraft movie as a 30-year-old woman who's never played Minecraft was truly like a low moment in my life.
Yeah.
There were warnings, like signs up at the movie theater about not throwing. Have you seen the TikToks of like kids throwing popcorn and being disruptive? There were signs up like outside the theater and like on the doors that were like, do not disrupt the movie or you will call the police.
I don't know that a sign's gonna stop a kid from like throwing shit.
Right, but still, they basically were like, we'll call the police if you do this, like, just as a warning, which I'm like, fair. Because it is really ridiculous to have that be something that happens at a movie theater. I can say the movie was terrible.
Yeah, I've heard.
The high point was Jennifer Coolidge flirting with a Minecraft man.
And the high point's always Jennifer Coolidge.
So I really enjoyed that part. Jack Black was Jack Black. Which, if you've seen any of his movies, you clearly, like, this movie was made for him. Like, they had him in mind when they made that role. But otherwise, it was pretty bad. It was pretty terrible.
Yeah.
There were a couple points. There was another coworker of mine who's sitting next to me, and we'd occasionally just be, like, look at each other and be like,
yeah.
It was rough. It was truly rough. I gotta say, the movie was not made for me in any way, shape, or form.
No, I feel like that one definitely has a specific audience in mind.
Yeah.
Okay. And I've seen that preview, the movie trailer, multiple times because I've been to the movies more in the past couple months.
Yeah, I've seen a couple movies recently.
So I'm like, I've seen that trailer like 7 times, and every single time I saw it, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I've never played Minecraft. I'm aware of what Minecraft is.
I was gonna say I'm aware of it just through other media.
I've seen videos of people like playing Minecraft. But yeah, it never was a movie where I saw the trailer and I was like, I have to see that movie.
I think we were probably just beyond the age of people who play Minecraft. Because like some of my coworkers played Minecraft when they were kids. And I think that was the appeal.
Minecraft is kind of big for the kids now too.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it's been like, I think it started in like 2010 or 2011. Yeah. But we weren't really like doing games to that extent. Like,
no.
Like we had Flash games online. That was our big like, you know, like this is our Kim Possible sandwich stacker Disney
Lilo
Channel
and Stitch,
yeah, like addicting games. Club Penguin. We were a Club Penguin generation, I guess is maybe the best way to put it. So I feel like that was the next step, was like Minecraft was the next thing after us.
Yeah. You know, I've never actually played it, so I cannot say this. Maybe this is unfair to say. I've never understood the appeal.
I haven't either. Like, it's not for me.
For me. Like,
it's not for me.
I think I can understand why people enjoy it. But every time I've seen videos or every time I've seen anything to do with Minecraft, I'm like, that just looks boring. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, because, like, growing up, we played, like, Roller Coaster Tycoon or Zoo Tycoons, The Sims, like, building simulator-type games.
Right.
But I feel like those had other elements that were more interesting than the actual building aspect. And I feel like Minecraft is more specifically about the building and less about the other things. And so that doesn't appeal to me as, like, interesting.
No, I mean, so I've played Fortnite before, and Fortnite has aspects of building in it. You can build,
but it's also like isn't it like it's more of like you're trying to eliminate people?
Yeah, the object of Fortnite is you get dropped with like 100 people, and you're trying to be the last person to live. But they have modes on Fortnite called no build, so there's no building allowed. Okay. I play that because I hate the building part of Fortnite. So yeah, I mean, I've just never understood the appeal. And so when a movie comes out about a game that I've never understood the appeal of, I'm not going to be like, I should watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we went to the movie. Most of us decided it was terrible. I believe someone's comment was that they were slightly high and it didn't help.
That's bad.
Which, that's bad.
That's bad.
And then we were like, okay, let's go to kind of like a dive bar with a pool table. It's like, you know, like a restaurant dive bar pool table in kind of a outside of a town feel.
Okay.
So just to get your image, like, I would imagine it's a lot of regulars, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like one of those bars that's, like, not like a city where you get a bunch of, like, different people coming into it. You get the same
basically
people.
It's a bar off a highway.
Right, okay.
Not in a town. So we went there. Someone had been there before, or knew someone who had been there before, because they were like, oh, they have a pool table. So we walk in, and it was very clear that we were definitely, like, there was a woman who literally just kept turning around and staring at us, like, every 10 seconds. And it was like, because we just went over to the pool table, and then this man just got up and immediately, like, grabbed the pool sticks. And we were like, okay.
Yeah.
So and it was coin operated, so someone was getting change at the bar, and he was like, y'all mind if we play a quick game? And we were like, okay. Right. And then they proceeded to just, like, play, but, like, very pointedly be, like, right next to us with the pool sticks.
Right.
You know? And it was very much like, okay, we're not welcome here.
Right, right. Like, this is not a welcome bar.
It's not a place where... So we left. After, like, I think someone had gotten a drink, so we waited till they finished a drink, and then we left. Because it was just, like,
That's, like, uncomfortable, too.
It's uncomfortable because, one, it sucks that it's, like, we came here to play pool... And immediately and there was nobody there, so we went over to the area of the pool table, and then someone immediately picks up pool sticks and is trying to, like, butt in. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
So we left. But, like, that's what happens at those type of bars, I feel like.
Yeah, and based off, like, the area you live in, I'm not, like, too surprised that there's places like that.
Yeah. But then we went to a different bar in, like, an actual city, and that was a darts bar. Like, they are known for darts. Like, they had, like, 6 or 7 dartboards up, and that place was a lot better. Everyone was, like, there was a group, it was during the, Western was playing their...
In the college championships,
Western University is a school in Michigan. They were in the hockey championships, and
Shout out, they won.
They won, yeah, we were there. So
Western
there was a lot
Michigan.
of people there watching the game, so a lot of the tables were filled. And one of the bartenders was like, because we were asking, we're like, oh, is it okay if we, use these dartboards in front of, like, where people are at? And they were like, oh, yeah, that should be, like, if you ask them, like, that should be fine. And so we did, like, we asked, and they were like, oh, yeah, no problem. So everyone was very nice there. Yeah. Like, played darts, was fun. I won. I actually, like, you know how you are supposed to go down from, like, 301 is what we played?
Yes.
And hit exactly 0. I did actually hit exactly 0.
Nice.
Felt really good.
Yeah, that's impressive.
But it was the person I was playing with, they also, like, we were neck and neck, like, the whole time. So that was kind of fun. It was, like, an engaging game of darts. Yeah. Not that I play darts that often. Every once in a while, play darts. But it was nice. So that bar felt a lot better than the other bar where it was very much like, okay.
Y'all not welcome here.
Yeah. It very much felt...
Yeah.
That the vibe was, That
was my comment about how, like, that area doesn't surprise me too much, unfortunately. I mean, I went in a bar once with a couple people at my old job. Mm-hmm. And it was different because the girl we went with, she's from the area, and it's very much like a local bar.
Yeah.
But everyone knew her, so it was like we had the in. And everyone there was very nice, though. Like, it didn't feel like we were being, like, not welcomed. But, yeah, I definitely have been in that kind of experience with, like, a bar where you walk in and, like, you can tell people don't recognize you because they're not, they're used to having the same people.
Right. And I feel like some of those types of bars are still very welcoming.
Yeah, that one was super nice.
It's not a regular, but that one particular, I was like, we knew immediately. It was like, okay, I see what the vibe is here. Like, it's pretty apparent. Unfortunately. So I did that. That was how I spent an evening. I went and saw Minecraft and then got judged at one bar and then played darts at another bar. And overall, the other aspects of the night were fun, minus the movie itself. But I just felt like I needed to come clean. Yeah. I gave it 1 star on Letterboxd,
As we do.
I will say, wasn't as bad as Cars 2.
Okay.
But it was still bad. But it was, felt coherently like a plot that made sense.
Okay.
It just wasn't good, right? So it felt like it needed to be slightly above Cars 2. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'll say.
With that. We can work with that.
Consensus. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was really Jennifer Coolidge is who gave that a 1 star.
Yeah.
You could have cut out her entire scenes in the movie and it wouldn't have changed anything.
But she's there. So.
But she's there,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. I feel like I'm messing that up.
Your pitch is all. It should be Y'all ready for this?
Y'all ready for March Madness year 4?
Year 4.
Year 4.
Woo!
Can you believe that?
I know.
4 years.
'Cause for some reason, I thought, I was like, did we do this the first year? And I was like, no, because we would have just started the podcast and we had so many episodes already.
You're right. We started by the time we released it, we would have been recording Pixar, so those would have been the ones that were coming out.
Yes.
And
since we did like 8 episodes, we would have still been releasing our first batch of recorded episodes.
Yeah.
So missed it
year 4, March Madness. And
either way, welcome.
This is Research Rank Repeat. This is co-host Hannah.
This is co-host Alyssa.
And we are going to be your bracket masters for the next hour plus.
Or so, yeah. We're back. I would just like to say, shout out to myself. In my work bracket, I picked Florida to win this year, and they indeed did win. Did I get first place? No, but I did get third place, and I feel like that's a pretty good spot to be.
Yeah. I did the women's bracket this year for a work thing, an old job. I got second. So,
wow.
You know?
Yeah, women's bracket, I think I got 6th place.
Okay.
So also did like fairly like decently well.
Yeah.
You know, which I was like, you know what? We'll take it.
Yeah.
We'll take what we can get, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, we love March Madness.
We do.
We love this episode. We are a little late, but...
Yeah, but we had some vacations and things going on. So
but honestly, for us, this is actually pretty early.
Yeah, you know.
Like with how late we've been with like Songs of the Summer and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is not bad. This is not bad at all. Yeah, March Madness for 2025. Just a refresh for people who do not know. Either people maybe who don't live in America and aren't sure, or people who do live in America and just don't follow sports. Every year, the NCAA, which is the National Collegiate Athletic Association, something like that, they host a massive tournament for Division I. The one we covers for Division I men's basketball teams. They also do a women's tournament, and they do different divisions as well. But yeah, so every year we do that. We go through the bracket of teams who are selected, and we just go based off their mascot. We love a mascot. We love to roast a mascot. We have a mascot that's returning that I prayed would not be in it again and is in it again.
You can never escape Gideon.
Yeah, we did get rid of some other ones, though, that were questionable or maybe offensive. So
we did. So that's a win.
That was good. Yeah, and so we go through and we pick a winning mascot. We have a couple previous episodes if you want to go back and listen. We
3.
Encourage you to.
3 to be exact.
But yeah, so this year, you know, me and Alyssa kind of have done a tag team in the past, so I go through and check, see which teams are in it, if we need to grab any new mascots, any new information, and then Alyssa goes through and maybe puts some previous comments we've had about the mascots from episodes. This year should be interesting. A lot of new teams.
Yeah, we actually had around the same amount of teams new this year that we had last year.
Yeah.
Which is still a lot.
Yeah. It felt like a lot of teams when I was doing it. I also found an error that I had made previously, which we will get to.
We got an error to fix.
I made an oopsie.
And the other thing, I feel like, I don't know if you felt this way, but I felt like the brackets were really concentrated where all the good ones were together and all the bad ones were together. So we ended up, like, I didn't have a hard time when I got near the end, but it was like some of the early ones were really difficult because I was like, these are both really good. And then it was like, oh, this one's terrible, but it has to go because I'm not picking Gideon, you know.
I would say like 2 of the 4 sides were like kind of weak.
Yeah.
And then the other really 2 were like really hard to pick. So it ended up being an interesting, at least for me, it ended up being an interesting when it gets down to the bottom, what teams ended up making it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we can get into some little bit of statistics. We don't really do much background just because we did it in our first episode about the actual tournament.
Yeah.
But Alyssa did grab some numbers, so.
I did. The first thing I'm going to start with is I have been keeping track of our final 4 picks every year since we've done it. So I think it's fun just to kind of go over to see who has won in the past.
Yeah.
So in 2022, my bracket was Shasta, the Cougar, I believe, Sparty from Michigan State, Joe Brune, UCLA, and Sebastian, the Ibis from, I believe, a Florida university.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what.
Not Florida State, or some type of Florida. Either way. I had Shasta winning my bracket the first year.
Okay.
You had Blaze from, I believe, UAB?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Webster, which was a spider from a Virginia school.
Richmond, yeah.
Joe Brune as well. And you had Webster, the spider, winning your bracket. And we have not seen Webster since.
No, which is sad.
It is. I
love
thought
Webster.
It's a cool mascot.
Yeah.
So then 2023, I had Sparty again, Joe Brune again, Sebastian again, and a new one, the Paladin. I don't remember what school the Paladin was because they did not come back after that year. But my winner was Sebastian in the second year, with the Paladin coming in at number 2.
Yeah.
You had a top consisting of Sparty, Joe Brune, Billy Blue Jay, who is here this year.
Crichton,
Billy Blue Jay's here. And Shasta. So you brought Shasta in the second year. You chose Sparty this year as your ultimate winner.
I did.
Respectable.
Yeah.
And you had Joe Brune as your number 2.
I love Joe Brune, and Joe Brune was here this year.
Joe Brune came back. 2024. We both had the exact same Final Four.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Consisting of Owlsley, Sparty, Shasta, and the Oregon Duck, who was the first year the Oregon Duck made an appearance. I had Owlsley winning, with Shasta as my number 2 win, and you had Owlsley winning with the Oregon Duck as your number 2 win.
Yeah, which I remember last year, I felt like it wasn't super competitive in terms of like the matchups and like which teams were in each side of the bracket, because that matters. So I wasn't too surprised we came up with the same Final Four just because of the competition.
Of what we had. Yeah. I felt like we had last year a lot of bad mascots.
Yeah.
A lot where it was proportion of bad.
You kind of were forced to pick the other one just because of how bad the original. Yeah.
But yeah, so we both have the same winner, Owlsley.
Yeah.
And the same Final Four. And 3 of these 4 teams have returned this year. So we'll see how it shapes up on that front.
Yeah.
But none of us have had a returning winner. So we've had a different winner every year.
Each time.
I will just say spoiler. I have a new winner this year.
Spoiler, I also have a new winner.
Okay. So here's a little bit of stats that I got just from comparing to our previous years. So this year we had 20 new teams, which is 31% of our teams, which that doesn't make sense. Oh no, 64. For some reason in my head I was like 60. Yeah, I'm like, the math isn't mathin', but no, so 31% of our teams this year are new. Brand new mascots.
Yeah, that's almost a third.
Yeah, and I think last year it was 23 new mascots. So it was pretty close, but a little bit higher. I have a note that we have had 21 teams that have been in all 4 years that we've done this tournament. Yep. So that's 33%. So that's a pretty high proportion.
Yeah, which I think for college sports, that kind of makes sense because college sports, they are usually, players leave early for drafts and transfer and stuff, but for the majority, like, you get players for 4 years on a team. Yeah. So it makes sense that the teams that are good would be good for a couple years.
Consistently be good. I feel like also, weirdly, basketball has a lot of legacy teams that are usually good every year. Or not like every year, but generally tend to
be in the top.
They recruit well.
Right. And it makes sense because if your program has a lot of money, you have the ability to recruit better players. They now, with college sports, they have like transfers and they can pay players. Right. So I think that's kind of also made an impact as well. Too. But yeah, I think it makes sense. It is quite a bit to have like a 30-year teams essentially be in all the years we've done it, but it makes sense to me.
We also had 9 teams that debuted in our first year in 2022 and had missed at least 1+ years. So they might have been just in 2022, returned in 2025, or they like missed a year or 2 here or there. I didn't go through the actual because I didn't feel like doing that. Yeah. But so that's 9 teams that also came from 2022. So in total, we have 30 teams. So almost half our teams were in the 2022 original bracket.
Right.
Which is pretty crazy when you think about it.
Yeah.
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 We had 8 teams returning from 2023 that joined in 2023. So that's 12% of our teams joined in 2023.
Okay.
And we had 34 teams total returning from last year. Okay. So of our teams that were there last year, over half of them came back this year.
Yeah. Okay.
Which I think is an interesting stat.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then I also broke it down to like what teams started in each year. So 2022 we had 29 teams that came in 2022. 2023 we had 8. 2024 we had 7. So the lowest amount of teams came from 2024 that are in this bracket. So we lost like a significant amount of those new teams last year.
Right.
Didn't come back.
Right.
Same with 2023, kind of the same as well, where not a lot of new teams like are in this tournament that premiered that year.
Right.
And then 2025 we have 20 new teams. So that's just a little bit of looking at the numbers from previous years, just some quick and dirty math. Nothing spectacular there.
Love a good quick and dirty. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
are you ready?
Should we jump
get into it?
Yeah, I will. I guess I'll go first since you just read all those. So our first matchup, we had returning, actually a team that's been in all the years.
All years.
Aubie from Auburn, which is a school in Alabama. Aubie is, I've noted in the past that he looks like Tigger. A little older, but she'll last a couple of years before he collects his Social Security. Alyssa said that he looks like a hippie tiger and looks relaxed. Yeah, he's just, he's chill. He's wearing like the Auburn jersey uniform, and then he's got, some tough on his sides a little bit.
Yeah, got like a little beard going on.
Yeah, but I mean overall like a solid mascot.
Yeah, nothing to complain about. Not offensive, just hanging out. Yeah.
No, and Aubie makes sense. Would go against a newcomer, Stinger out of Alabama State. Alabama State's first appearance in this tournament since 2011.
Yeah, long time.
Yeah, new team to this bracket though. Stinger, as you would guess, is like a hornet. Got the yellow, and then it's got the two. Are there's like antennas? Yeah,
antennae. An antennae, if you want to be specific. Yeah.
Got like a big smile, one of those big like over exaggerated smile faces. A little bit of buff arms going on. Just, not bad.
Yeah, I think he is our first bee mascot we've ever seen.
I do like when we get a mascot that comes in that's different from what we've seen before.
'Cause we get, and it's the same this year as it is last year. The amount of bulldogs and pugs
and
that
like
we
bears
get is absurd.
Yeah,
we have two bulldogs named Spike. They're both named Spike. They're both bulldogs.
We also had 2 bulldogs going against each other. I'm pretty sure at one point.
Yeah, so it's just like some of the.
It's cool to see a new team. Yeah,
it's nice to see a different type of mascot.
Yeah, and you know what? I appreciated that, so I went with Stinger.
I went with Stinger as well. Yeah. I liked the big kind of like goofy smile, but like it's like a mix of like intimidating but not too scary.
Yeah.
Because we've had some scary mascots that you're like, holy shit. Like, get them off my screen.
Yeah.
All right, let us get rid of Aubie then. Goodbye, Aubie.
Goodbye, Aubie.
All right, so our next matchup is going to be between a new contestant this year from Louis the Cardinal Bird from Louisville, Kentucky. This is their first appearance since 2019, so not too long ago, but before we started this.
They just missed out by a few years.
And this looks like another bird we've seen before, and I can't remember which one right now.
Cy, right? The Cardinal
Cy the Cardinal.
I can't remember where they were from, but I'm pretty sure Arizona or something.
There's this one, he's got these weirdly shiny leather gloves that almost, do you remember him from Powerpuff Girls?
Yeah.
It looks like him, the body of him from Powerpuff Girls, but with a cardinal face on it. He's got that weird beak closed but teeth, he's clenching.
Taking a shit and it's
yeah, he's clenching hard.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know. I don't enjoy that type of mascot head. It's just not for me.
No. It's also nothing really special.
We see a lot of birds.
Yeah.
Cardinals are also very common too. Yeah. And they've done it better. And against a returning favorite out of Crichton, Billy Blue Jay from Nebraska. Came in 2022 and was in Hannah's Final Four one year.
Yeah.
Hannah previously has said that he has a nice smile, cute eyes, and a small body.
He does.
I said very happy looking, not offensive looking.
No.
And I would agree. I feel like Billy Blue Jay is pretty happy. He's got his mouth open, he's got a little smile going on. He is very small, small.
And
proportions.
He's definitely not like an intimidating mascot by any means.
But it's fun. You know,
I thought he was better than Louis, so I picked Billy.
I also picked Billy Blue Jay, and I thought the same thing, that it was...
I like Billy.
You know? All right, goodbye.
Okay, so we're 2 for 2 for so far in matching.
2 for 2. Makes it
easier
easier
about
for
to be
us.
3 for 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so Michigan, who does not have an official mascot. They were in this tournament in 2022, and then they returned for 2025, so they've been out it for a couple years.
Yeah.
Alyssa previously says, we won't support them.
And it's not because it's Michigan, it's because they don't have a mascot.
They don't have a mascot.
Yeah, we can't support them if they don't have an actual mascot.
Against a new team, the Triton out of UC San Diego. This is their first appearance in the NCAA tournament for the Division I tournament. They had been in Division II tournaments. Yeah, and Triton, I mean, he's a Triton. He's got his little Triton... Triton.
It's a trident. Yeah, trident.
Trident.
Yeah.
Trident. He's got like a huge beard. He's got a crown. He's got
very like Poseidon inspired, you know,
like a blue and yellow outfit. Got the muscles going. Overall, pretty cool mascot.
I will say a lot of these human mascots are either good or absolutely horrific,
like terrifying.
And this goes on the good spectrum.
Yeah, he's hugging the line of terrifying, like could be really creepy, but it's done well enough where it's actually like, oh, he looks like a good human mascot.
Yeah, I think some of it helps is that his whole body is one suit and not like, you know, when you get a person with a really large head, but it's just their arms and you're like, what am I looking at here? So
he's
this
like
is
proportioned
at least,
well.
Proportioned well. I don't think the headpiece is too scary. Like it's caricature enough that it's like appealing.
Yeah.
And I thought it was pretty good and better than no mascot, so
yeah,
we'll take it.
Wins.
All right, so our next mascots are Revel from Texas A&M. Hannah made a note that they don't have a mascot per se, but it is a real-life collie named Revel, which premiered in 2023. I made a comment that it's a dog with a little coat, and Hannah said it counts for me.
It's cute.
Which it is just a collie dog. It's just a real-life collie. I don't really think there's anything else we can say about it.
No, it's just a collie with a Texas A&M
It's just a real dog with a little coat on.
Yeah.
But it's going against an actual mascot, Handsome Dan, out of Yale, Connecticut. So this premiered in 2022, and then came back in 2024.
Yeah.
Hannah says... bulldog, nice face, teeth coming through. And I said, head is a little bit more Looney Tunes. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I think it's a cool mascot. Like,
yeah, I think 4 are bulldogs because again, there's like 8 in this tournament. It feels right. Like it's like it's kind of it's towing the line of like realistic versus not, you know, where it's not really one way or the other, and proportionally like looks fine.
Yeah,
it looks happy.
Yeah.
I kind of tend to skew towards, like, not real-life animals.
Right.
You know? Because if as long as it's not, like, Gideon, right? Like, I'd pick a real-life animal over a Gideon.
Yeah.
I'd pick no mascot over Gideon, actually.
Sure. For sure.
So, I went with Handsome Dan.
Yeah, Handsome Dan.
It's a perfectly acceptable mascot. I have no issues with Handsome Dan. He's totally fine.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, okay.
God.
Okay, so next we have a new team. Tony the Land Shark out of Ole Miss in Mississippi. So this is their first appearance since 2019. Talk about misproportioned, because
oh my god,
Tony the Land Shark's head is so tiny.
So tiny. Why is his head so small?
When I pulled up the picture, I was like, this is hilarious. Yeah, it's basically just like a man wearing like a shark suit, but he's basically just looks like he's painted silver.
It does look like the Silver Surfer.
Right. And then he just has this tiny shark head.
It's so tiny.
So small.
Like, it looks like, almost like it could be a little snake head. Like,
it almost looks like, do you remember when we used to like paper mache?
Yeah.
It looks like a paper mache mask.
The proportions are
so small.
Bad on this one. Like, this man.
It's so small.
Like, that's his head. It's like, it's the size of his head. And I don't understand why they made it so tiny. It's a shark.
They should have had like a big. That's a chance to go over exaggerate because it's in a shark.
Like that's when you do it.
That makes sense.
You know, that makes sense to do it big. Like if you had a dinosaur, do it big. You know,
it's funny.
It's funny though. It made me chuckle. It made me laugh when I saw it. I was like, oh my god.
Going against a favorite, Ramses, aka Big Hooves, out of North Carolina. Ramses debuted in 2022 and then came back in 2024. I had said previously, Ram, big horns, pointy eyebrows, built, but a weird lower half.
I would agree
Alyssa
with that.
said big hooves, and then I said big hooves.
You said it really weird. You were like, hooves or something.
Yeah,
you said it weird.
But yeah, Ramses is like, it's a cool mascot. I mean, we've had rams in the past, so it's not like a unheard of mascot, but I think it looks intimidating. And I think because it's proportioned better and because it looks better to me, I went with Ramses.
Yeah, I did as well because this mascot is perfectly acceptable.
Yeah.
And I can't not
Old Miss
laugh.
was just too much.
Old Miss, I'm sorry. You got to do better.
Yeah. So far we've had exact same picks. But it's been kind of easy.
And that's what I was saying. I feel like a lot of these picks were like, I don't know. You get to a certain, like second round, I feel like was a bit harder for some of these.
First round was like a little easy for
First
most.
round, I felt like for the most part wasn't too bad. Mm-hmm. All right, now we get Cy the Cardinal, which we mentioned earlier, out of Iowa State. This mascot has been in the tournament every year, unfortunately. I said previously the face would show up in my sleep paralysis dreams, and it's waiting to take me to hell.
Yeah.
Hannah said that it has a very big mouth, crazy blue eyes, and that the mouth looks like a jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah.
This is haunting.
It's terrifying.
This smile will terrify you.
Yeah.
It's staring right at me. Like, it's just, I can't look at this and not, like, feel intimidated in a way that's not, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, and this is one of those where I can't look at it too long.
Yeah, can't look at it too long.
Otherwise, I just get creeped out.
And this year it's going against Lou the Bison out of Lipscomb, Tennessee, which is a new team this year. Mm-hmm. It's the first appearance in the tournament since 2018.
Yeah.
And this is a bison.
Yeah.
And very jacked bison.
Oh,
like
very jacked.
Big muscles.
Very proportioned well.
Very proportioned. And see, now this mascot head is a right size for a bison.
Based off the body. Yes.
Yeah, it feels right.
Yeah, I think what I really like about Lou is that like the face is very like almost realistic, but I think designed well.
Yeah, because I like he's got a little like goatee beard going on and some hair, and it's a little bit slightly different colored than like the fur of the bison. Yeah, and it's honestly a pretty good mascot.
It is. It's intimidating.
Yeah. I got no complaints. I think the black like hands work. They're like kind of like gloves, but they don't look weird. They don't look like him.
Because they're not like skin tight gloves.
Right.
They're like padded.
They're like thicker gloves. Yeah. You know what? Solid mascot.
I was impressed. I picked Lou.
I picked Lou. I don't think I'd ever pick Cy in my life. I don't think I've ever picked Cy unless it was against something
Gideon.
truly horrific, you know?
Yeah. Next, we have Iggy, Golden Eagle, out of Marquette, which is a school in Wisconsin, who has been in the tournament every year since we started this bracket. Mm-hmm. I've previously said if that isn't a red-blooded American, I don't know what is. Alyssa said normal bird, face and wings, not unpleasant, and we were a little harsh in the past. Iggy was one of those mascots. I think in the beginning we were like, meh.
Yeah, we were like, it's fine.
But I think every year that I look at Iggy, it's weird because every year I look at Iggy, I'm like, he either got a lot worse or a lot better, but it's the same mascot. Like,
I think we just keep adding more and more absolutely horrific mascots, and then it makes him look perfectly fine.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, not a bad mascot, though. Yeah. Like, it's cool. We don't get a lot of, like, eagle mascots, so it's cool to see.
Yeah, I think non-offensive. It looks happy enough, you know. The beak is fine. Like I'd rather them not have teeth than have teeth, you know, in a beak. So I like that it's just a black void.
Yeah. Okay. And this against Louis out of New Mexico, who technically is new, but should not have been. So I was the controversy this year. Turns out in a turn of events, it turns out that I fucked up last year. Pistol Pete out of New Mexico State should not have been in the mix last year. They haven't been in the tournament since 2022. New Mexico was in the tournament last year. I confused the two and never actually added New Mexico. So Louis should have been in the tournament last year.
Yes.
Now, would that have messed up our brackets? Probably not.
I don't think it would have changed anything.
Yeah, because Louis is...
We should address that.
Louis seen better times.
Yeah.
Louis...
The tongue hanging out the side.
Right, Louis potentially just got done with some dental work.
Yeah.
Because his tongue is just hanging.
A little bit of a numb mouth going on there.
I don't know. He's a little too cartoonish.
Do you remember the Country Bears movie?
Yes.
And then it's also the Disney attraction, the Country Bears. I think this is like the grandpa Country Bear if he lost some weight and like went on meth.
Yeah.
Like the eyes are alive, but the rest is falling apart.
Isn't that where Breaking Bad takes place, New Mexico?
Yes.
Do you think he's part of their ring?
Maybe.
He's a client.
Maybe he's getting that blue meth. Could be.
Yeah, I mean...
Or wait, is it meth? No, it's meth. It's not heroin, it's meth. Yeah.
I don't know. Louis just not doing it for me. And in this case, I said, Iggy, you win.
Iggy
won. Sorry, New Mexico, that you were shit on last year, but you're also out again this year, so.
Yeah, sorry. I was going to say, I don't think it would have changed anything, because Pistol Pete is also kind of like a silly man. With some assless chaps, so you can't, like, All right, so fan favorite of ours as we went to the school, we have Sparty from Michigan State, who's been in the tournament every year, and that is unsurprising because I feel like Michigan State basketball is a legacy team.
Yeah, I mean,
now their performance in the tournament is either horrific or amazing. It's not none in the middle. We always do really good, or we get out really early.
Yeah,
which this year we did pretty good, solid.
Yeah, we did pretty good.
Elite 8, right?
Elite 8.
Yeah, which is a solid placement. We'll take it. I said in the past that he has a big hulking face, jacked. You are not afraid of him, which is true, having seen him in person. Not afraid of him.
No.
Hannah said typical Spartan, tough but nice.
Yeah.
And we always like Sparty. He's been in like both our Final Fours, I think, every year.
Pretty much every year,
He won one of your tournaments one year. We like Sparty. It's favoritism, but he also is considered one of the best.
I was going to say mascots. He wins a lot of like fan voted ones.
Those fan voted contests. So it's like some of it's biased, but some of it's also like he is a well designed mascot. Like I think they got the ratio of human to not human down. And again, because his arms and legs are like a suit, not real like person. Like none of a person's body is seen.
Yeah.
In this outfit. Like, you don't see someone's real hands or real legs or arms. Like, they're in a full suit. I think that helps a lot.
Yeah, I would agree.
Going against Tupper 2 out of Byron in Rhode Island, which is a new team featured this year.
Yeah.
Tupper is a real dog. Again, looks like a bulldog.
Yeah.
Tupper the first died of an apparent stroke at a Festival of Lights event. Do we think it was caused by flashing lights? I have a thought. So it's more prevalent in pugs than it is bulldogs, but this like era of dogs are so inbred that they have breathing issues.
Yeah.
Pugs especially bad, but bulldogs can get it as well. Where basically they're like the pug nose, the snouts are so compacted that they can't breathe. Yeah. And sometimes if they get too excited, they die because they just can't breathe.
Yeah.
It happens, unfortunately.
I guess too, I was the one who wrote the note about the flashing lights. That would be more of like a seizure thing.
But it could, but stroke, it could be, if it's a stroke.
I just thought that was, it was interesting that they noted that he died at a Festival of Lights.
Specifically at a Festival of Lights. It's interesting, though, that they have names for the dog, like Tupper the First versus Tupper 2, because we have Zeke the Wonder Dog is just Zeke the Wonder Dog, even though they've used at least probably 5 to 6 dogs.
Right, they don't give like the first, the second,
it's the third. It's just is Zeke. But, it's a cute bulldog, but again, it's Sparty, so, like, I'm not picking
Yeah, and Tupper. I tend to not pick the mascots that are, like, an actual animal. Yeah. Unless we really have to. So, really I went with Sparty as well. I don't think that's a surprise.
Yeah, I don't think it is either.
It was cool to see a school from Rhode Island, though, because we don't really get
I don't think we've gotten a school from Rhode Island before.
Okay. Next, we have Albert and Alberta out of University of Florida. They were in it last year. I mentioned that Alberta has some red lipstick. Albert got some teeth, and they're a nice duo. Alyssa said that, referring to Alberta, red painted toes, cute little couple. This is our first duo of the bracket this year.
Yes, a duo of mascots. But yeah, I mean, they're like a cute little alligators. This is the team that won this year. We were recording it after the tournament ended,
yes.
which we usually do, but this team won, It was my team. I chose them. I think they're acceptable. They're very perfectly fine mascots.
Yeah.
I think they're kind of like, they're a little silly, but not like horrifying silly. More just like, oh yeah, they're a little silly.
I also think their like outfits are cute. They got like the male Albert's wearing like a hoodie, like a Florida hoodie, and then Alberta's got like a dress kind of going on.
Yeah, like almost looks like a cheerleader-esque dress.
But yeah, they're cute,
Yeah.
Going against Mr. Spartan out of Norfolk State in Virginia. So this mascot has not been in our bracket since 2022. Alyssa mentioned looks constipated for maybe 6 days, about ready to have an enema. 50% Sparty budget. Yeah, it just looks like a very downgraded Sparty.
I hoped we'd never have to see this again because it was horrifying.
When I typed in Norfolk, because I do like the control find.
Yeah.
And the name sounded so familiar. I was like, we've done this before. And I saw that. I was like, oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah, just looks very constipated, like Alyssa said. Just a very low budget Sparty.
Oh, it's so bad. Like it's the face is like it's so condensed into like one little like crease.
Yeah.
And the smile is scary. Like again, it looks like somebody grimacing through the pain.
Yeah.
Like they're ready. They're ready to get an enema.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's surprising I picked Florida.
Yeah. I was not picking Mr. Spartan.
No.
When we have Sparty at home, it's one of those things where it's like you don't need Sparty, you have Sparty at home, and this is the Sparty at home. Is this man? No, disagree. All right, so then our next grouping is from Jonathan the Husky, and this is a team from Yukon and Connecticut. This is a team that's been in the tournament every year, so we see Jonathan a lot. I said in the past that Jonathan's husky head looks accurate. Looks like he's wearing boot-cut pants, though.
Yeah.
Which it is just like a pair of tennis shoes and some like blue tights underneath a pair of
It's a weird end to the costume. Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. And then Hannah said, pretty nice looking mascot, pretty nice, were her comments in the past. And I think Jonathan is, we see Jonathan every year, and I feel like he doesn't usually make it that far, but it's usually like he's an acceptable mascot.
Yeah, I mean, I do like that this proportion one makes sense.
Yeah.
A little bit of a smaller head compared to some of the mascots, but it makes sense in this instance. And yeah, Jonathan, I mean, perfectly fine mascot. Alyssa, like Alyssa mentioned, Yukon is one of those football or basketball, like I guess dynasties that tends to be in a lot of the
men
tournaments.
and women's basketball.
Right, they have good basketball teams. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, it's always a pleasure to see Jonathan though on this bracket.
Never offended.
Yeah.
And a new one out of Oklahoma is Top Dog, a new one this year. This is probably the most cartoonish mascot we have gotten in a long time. It looks really silly. He's got what looks like red knee pads on and a little red cowboy hat.
Right.
And I don't know what it is, but I love this dog.
Yeah,
I love this dog.
He's given like 90s
like
vibes.
Snoopy, like it's like a mix of like Snoopy and like those like kind of like Scooby-Doo, like the sillier cartoon dogs.
Yeah.
I like it. I don't know. I was like, you know what? I support Top Dog. And I picked Top Dog.
Okay, Jonathan was really doing it for me this year.
Going for Jonathan?
And I was like, I like Jonathan, so I picked Jonathan. They're both, though, this was like one of the first ones where I was like, oh, this is like actually a matchup.
This is the fact that we went almost entire halfway through our bracket without having any differences. It does not usually happen.
I think this was the first one where I actually like paused and was like, oh.
Yeah.
I got to think about this.
You know what? I was like, we don't really get a lot of like silly looking, like well done, but silly looking mascots. And so I wanted to support Top Dog. Also because his name's Top Dog.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I'm in for it this year.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed the mascot as well.
Yeah. But Jonathan's a not offensive one. So I always am like, you know what? I support him, but not this year. Sorry.
Okay. All right. And then we've got Memphis. We got Pouncer out of Memphis in Tennessee, who was in the tournament 2022 and 2023 and is making a return this year. So I said, in the past I've laughed and said, is he a tiger type? but has a friendly face. And I did not notice the sadness in his eyes the first time. Alyssa said he looks too sad. He's dead inside and has seen some shit. And yeah, Pouncer has been through it.
Yeah. He is truly living in 2025.
Oh, yeah. Every year he looks a little bit more dead inside, and I'm like, I relate.
Yeah.
I feel that.
I feel that this year.
Yeah. So Pouncer, you know, I was kind of relieved to see Pouncer again because I'm like, he's us. He's the people.
He's us. He is, yeah, he is
He's
us.
a representation of us.
He truly is us.
Yeah, against a returner, Cam the Ram out of Colorado State. Cam has been in every one of our brackets. Alyssa said in the past, a mountain goat, but more realistic. Baggy suit, but pleasing.
It is very baggy.
Yeah, and I said, fur going. Nice big ram horns. I like Cam the Ram. I think Cam the Ram is a cool mascot.
Kind of looks like a Beanie Baby a little.
Yeah. Looks very fluffy and, like, soft. Cam over Pouncer seemed like a fairly obvious choice.
Yes, I would agree. Pouncer, although I appreciate how sad and depressed he is, he's never going to be a winner.
Well, and the problem is...
He knows that.
That's not what you want out of your mascot.
Right.
You know?
We're here to win. We're here to win. Yeah.
We save the other stuff for at home.
Yes. All right, so we have a returning mascot from 2023, Tetsudo the Turtle out of Maryland. I said in the past that he looks a little silly, took some edibles with his mouth open. Mm-hmm. Hannah said that Shell looks basic.
Yeah.
And again, we don't really get, like, a turtle. Like, reptile mascots are pretty unique. We get them occasionally, different types, but I can appreciate a turtle mascot. You know, it's not offensive. It does look a little silly.
Yeah.
But I like a unique mascot, you know?
I mean, and pretty basic looking, like I've said in the past. But again, like, it's cool to see a turtle, and he, he looks cool.
Yeah. And Tetsudo the Turtle is going against Thunder the Deer out of Grand Canyon University, Arizona, and they premiered in 2023. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't sure if it was like an elk or a deer, like what specifically. I said it was supposed to be an ungulate, pleasant, friendly, and then you read ungulate as unsure, and then I made fun of you, and then I just pronounced ungulate incorrectly, and now I could get made fun of for that.
Yeah.
Hannah's comment was that it was a good enough mascot. I feel like that's accurate. Like, I don't have any issues with Thunder. I just don't think it's giving anything, though. It's very just like, I'm here, I'm the mascot. No, like, this one needed teeth, I think.
Just too basic. And I think both of these mascots I would kind of classify as just kind of like okay mascots, but I think I go with the turtle just because of the uniqueness.
Yeah, I would agree. So, I did the same thing. I was like, I think it's just a little more unique, so I'll support it.
So, we have another returner from 2023, Truman the Tiger out of Missouri. I've said in the past, he's a tiger making the pucker face. It's got tiny eyes. Alyssa said he looks like a mouse and has weird proportions. Yeah, his eyes are so small.
Yeah, like little tiny eyes that are so close together, like.
And then his, like, mouth part is just huge, like his cheeks, his mouth.
Also, does his nose into the eye part just look like a penis?
It does.
It does look like a penis. That's all I can see right now.
It almost looks like the eyes are the balls, the ball sacks.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate.
Well, now you just ruined that one for me.
You ruined some of the other ones. We'll get to your comments, Hannah.
I know which one I ruined.
Yeah.
Kansas.
But yeah,
he's okay.
He's okay.
Okay. Weird proportions. Against returner Spike out of Drake, which is a school in Iowa. He's been in it since 2023. I've said that he has a big mouth, good proportions. Alyssa said perfectly fine mascots, star eyelashes, fun.
Yeah, he's got, like, around his eyes, he's got, like, almost like, it looks like a little star of eyelashes. And I'm like, that's kind of a fun, unique design. And I have no problems with Spike. I think we said in the past, like, Spike is a well-done bulldog. Just that we get sick of seeing so many bulldogs.
There's just so many bulldogs that it's...
So many. And also, this is one of two Spikes again this year. Like, last year we had 2 Spike bulldogs. This year we have 2 Spike bulldogs. So, just kind of like... It's fine, though. But it beats Truman for me. So.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Truman's just a little odd. Sorry, Truman. Sorry to this man. All right. Okay, so Texas Tech is Raider Red. who premiered in 2022 and has been in every year. Hannah made a comment in the past that it looked similar to Pistol Pete with a large white cowboy hat. And I've said in the past that Raider Red looks like Yosemite Sam. And it is a very cartoonish face.
Yeah.
You know, he's got like the red, extremely large red mustache and eyebrows and a humongous white cowboy hat. In this picture, he's also wearing like a huge belt, you know, some striped pants and like some black boots. It's fine, you know. It's a fine mascot. I don't love it, but like I'm not offended, you know. So
yeah, a lot less offensive than Pistol Pete.
Yes, I would agree.
Because it's like made almost like a cartoony.
Yeah,
it almost feels a little bit more of like a cartoony like kind of joke thing.
Right.
So yeah.
And this year it's going against a newcomer, Sammy, out of UNC Wilmington. Wilmington. Yeah, UNC Wilmington out of North Carolina. And Sammy, I believe, I'm not sure if he's an owl or like an osprey.
Yeah,
I didn't look it up.
Bird.
It's definitely a larger bird, like maybe a prey bird, and not like a small bird, like a. I don't know. I wonder if.
Seahawk mascot.
Seahawk. Okay. Yeah. So bigger bird. I don't really get Seahawk vibes from this bird though.
No.
But you know, it's a bird. It looks like almost like an animatronic, like a Chuck E. Cheese animatronic type head. Like it would move around and like go like this. And it's got green arms almost, and some tails and like big boots. It's not like offensive, but it is a bit odd.
Yeah.
You know, just a bit.
Yeah. I might be slightly biased because Wilmington, for people who don't know, is where One Tree Hill was filmed.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
One of my favorite TV shows.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know, I just was like, Sammy, it's different.
Yeah.
So I picked Sammy.
I did also pick Sammy. I'd like to clarify that. I'm going to criticize Sammy, but I did still pick Sammy.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just Raider Red just doesn't really do anything for me.
Yeah. No.
And I think Sammy is just like, it's an okay mascot again.
It's fine.
Speaking of mascots I've ruined, and speaking of mascots that are in every year, Big J out of Kansas, who's been in every year since 2022. Alyssa originally said a Jayhawk, a Pac-Man head, stares into your soul. And I said, which ruined everything, the head looks like the tip of a penis. And then I said, could fit his head into the Nittany Lion's mouth. Yeah, and so ever since I've made that comment, we refer to Big J as just the penis man.
He truly is the penis man. Can never take it seriously because of that comment. I'm always just going to think of the tip of a penis, you know? That's Big J.
Big J. Big J with a big dick. Okay. I regret that a little bit.
I'm going to add that to the comments next year, so.
Okay. It's going to live on forever.
Yep, it will, truly.
Going against Big Red out of Arkansas. Big Red was in the tournament in 2022 and 2023 and made a return this year. I said that it was a giant red boar, looks intimidating but not at the same time, and has thick eyebrows. Alyssa said fully red, angry eyebrows, not scary, intimidating, good design. Yeah, I think Big Red's like a cool mascot.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Alyssa said, it's like, we both made the thing that it's like intimidating, but also not intimidating, but not like scary looking. I think it teeters that line like kind of a good amount.
Yeah.
And I think it's overall like a good design.
I think so too. Solid mascot.
And Big J's ruined, so it's got to be Big Red.
Yeah, it has to be Big Red. I can never support. Sorry, Big J, but and Kansas is like always a good basketball team too, or like decent.
Kansas has been in it for a very long time. Yes,
they generally do at least make it to the tournament every year.
I just realized this next one is 2 new teams against each other, so that's fun.
And it is also our last one of our first half of our bracket.
Yep, side one.
So yeah, we got 2 new teams coming at you. So first one is Johnny Thunderbird out of St. John's in New York. Johnny Thunderbird, I believe Thunderbird. It's a red bird with some lightning bolt eyebrows.
Yeah.
He's got some like frilly wings on his arms, some striped socks, but it is just a man in tennis shoes.
Yeah, the bottom half is like, there's nothing on the bottom half.
Bottom half is very much just a man.
Just a man wearing tall socks.
Is like a full costume.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Yep.
The mouth, like the bird head itself, is kind of friendly, you know.
It's definitely better than a lot of the ones we see.
It's better. It's a better bird head than some of the ones we've seen. So I'd say like a decently fine mascot.
Yeah.
Going against, out of Nebraska, Durango from Omaha. This is the first appearance of this school in the Division I tournament.
Yep.
And when I saw this, I immediately was like, this just looks like a Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like, the facial design, like, the way, like, the eyes are drawn and, like, the proportions, I was like, this just looks like it's a Pokemon. Like, that's immediately the vibe I got. It is some type of a bull, fully red, but the proportions are very much, like, almost looks like Japanese design, which is
it
weird,
does,
odd.
and it's good proportioned. I think I do appreciate that. I think they put a lot of design into the face and the facial features, because sometimes it's like they do these elaborate costumes and then the face is like, what the fuck is that? And so I was really surprised when I saw it. I was like, oh, that's a really cool mascot. Kind of different than what you would normally see. Like you said, it doesn't exactly look like a typical like American mascot that they would create.
It almost looks like anime inspired.
Right.
I wonder if the designer watched Pokemon growing up.
I don't know. But yeah, I thought it was a cool mascot. I picked Durango.
Yeah, I picked Durango too. You know,
to be fair, I thought both were good mascots.
Yeah,
but
I didn't think either one was a bad mascot, but I liked the kind of unique design of Durango.
Yeah,
in this
Durango
instance.
was cool. Yeah, Durango was cool. Okay.
All right, first half done.
Yeah, so now we move on to side 2, and of course we start off side 2 with the Blue Devil out of Duke, North Carolina. Duke is another school that's always in this tournament.
Yeah.
Been in this tournament every year we've done this bracket. Mm-hmm. I think I said it looks like the Hamburglar, except that I pronounced it wrong 3 separate times. I would like to note I just pronounced it right.
You did. You did it.
First time. I said chiseled face, big ears. Alyssa said upsetting horns and a cape. And the Blue Devil is just like, it's eerie to look at.
It's unsettling.
It's unsettling. Another one where, especially the photo on the left, I know people can't see it, but one where I can't look too long because it's like a little too creepy.
It's just like not it, you know?
Yeah, it looks like I'm being leered at. Against a new team, Emmett S. Berg out of Mount St. Mary's, a school in Maryland. And I made a comment that I hate that this looks like an ex of mine mixed with Tormund from Game of Thrones. Based off Alyssa's reaction, I would say that's accurate, and I'm sure she knows which ex I'm talking about.
I do.
Essentially looks like a lumberjack, got like a plaid shirt, literally just wearing like jeans and boots, and one of the like winter like
the caps.
The caps
like
with
raccoon,
like...
It's like, I don't... Is that phrase offensive?
It's almost like a raccoon cap. I don't know if that's an offensive...
Well, because there's another name for it, but I don't know if it's...
Like a skin cap.
Skin cap, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that's offensive either.
I have no idea, but yeah.
But yeah, like a ginger man, like a redhead. He's got like a full beard, mustache, like some thick eyebrows and hair going on.
Jeans.
Yeah, literally just... like any man like you would
work
see,
boots and jeans,
and it's like a cutoff flannel too.
Yeah, it's a cutoff flannel, like with a white the sleeves off,
with a presumably white Hanes tank
t-shirt.
Top underneath.
Yeah, I guess it would be a tank top. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say the other term for it, but that's also offensive now. So.
Oh yeah.
We have a lot of
basically. This man is just like
he just is everything that's wrong with America.
This man voted for Trump.
He did.
This family voted for Trump. There's no way you can convince me, even though it's Maryland, and I feel like Maryland East Coast could be seen as
he could potentially be one of those like secret people who you would never guess would have voted. But he does appear to have voted for Trump.
Just, I don't know, just the vibe I'm getting.
You know, and I don't normally pick Blue Devil, but I couldn't get behind Emmett.
I picked Blue Devil as well, just because I was like, I just can't pick this. The face is unsettling. I just can't support like just a man. Like it's just a man, you know?
Yeah, just can't support.
I was like, I gotta go the Blue Devil. Yeah, first time for everything, you know?
Yeah.
All right, we have Bully, who is out of Mississippi State. This team came last year. And I made the comment that he looks very wrinkly, like a grandparent. And I said it was like the Winnie the Pooh can't see meme where he's like, and then Hannah said he looks very gummy, grandparent with dentures. And that's such a good way to put it. It's like such a wrinkly bulldog.
He's got like a gummy mouth.
With a gummy mouth, like two teeth.
Yeah.
It's silly. It's a silly bulldog.
It's definitely not the worst mascot.
It's not the worst, but when we've seen already 4 bulldogs, this is and the real one, it's all right.
This is also the weaker of the bulldogs, I would say.
Yes.
Yeah, just nothing intimidating, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing special.
Nothing special.
Yeah.
And then next we have Bruiser out of Baylor in Texas, which is a team we've seen every year since 2022. I have said that Bruiser has a fun face, looks like he's having a good time, and you've said there's nothing wrong with Bruiser. And solid bear. I feel like solid the Bears are always done really well. I'm never offended by the bear. I should say so far we have not been offended. It's by also a bear mascot.
I feel hard to mess up a bear mascot. Yeah. But yeah, Bruiser Bruiser looks like he should be at a sporting event.
Yeah.
So I agree. And over Bully, I was Bruiser. Yeah. Bruiser beats Bully.
Bruiser beats Bully, Yeah. I would agree. That gummy face is gonna get deleted. Bye.
Okay. Now we have making a return from last year and was...
It was in your Final Four.
In my Final Four.
It was in both our Final Fours. Yours got second place. Mine got somewhere third or fourth, yeah.
The Oregon Duck out of Oregon.
Yeah.
Came in last year. Alyssa said, iconic duck. I love this duck. Giving Donald Duck no pants. And I said, I fucking love the Oregon Duck. Looks cute face, giving Daffy Duck. Yeah.
Mascot.
Great mascot. Love the face, love the features. The eyes are big, but in the best way.
The duck bill is, I think, the best part.
It's very accurate.
It's very well done and not scary. Some of these bird bills, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
They look a bit frightening.
And he's got his cute little sailor hat,
Yeah.
His cute little ascot.
And his little tie and his little shirt is cute.
And again, whole body is a costume and not just the top half.
Yeah, again, great mascot.
Great mascot.
Great mascot. Against a new mascot out of Sparky from Liberty out of Virginia. I think it's some sort of... It kind of looks like an eagle.
I'd say bald. It looks like a bald eagle. I would imagine it's Liberty, the bald eagle of Liberty is what I was guessing.
Right. Just similar to the other eagles we've had. Nothing wrong with the mascot, really. Just kind of plain, I would say.
Yeah. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's a fine bird.
I just think against Oregon Duck, there was really not a chance.
Yeah, it would be hard for a lot of things to beat the Oregon Duck,
Yeah.
It's just that type of mascot. It's like Sparty, where it's it's gonna go far.
Unless it's
good. Unless we had a pair up of Sparty versus two big ones against each other early on, it's gonna go far. All right, so next we have out of Arizona, Wilbur, the Wildcat, which has been in the tournament every year.
Yep.
I have said that Wilbur has a redneck hat, a bucktooth smile, and a bucket hat. I said you may see them in Tennessee. If we were visiting our grandparents, this might be someone you see down in Tennessee. And Hannah said he looks like a frat boy who never left college.
Yeah.
Wilbur's just kind of there,
He's been there every year.
He's just there.
He exists,
he exists.
I don't necessarily have a big issue with Wilbur. It's just I never think to pick him.
Yeah, I would say Wilbur's not offensive.
No.
He just is kind of there.
He's
and there. Yeah, he's never a front runner, never has been, never will be.
No.
And Wilbur's going against Zippy out of Akron in Ohio. So Zippy was first in the tournament in 2022 and then came back in 2024. Zippy is also one of the few female college mascots in the U.S., so we support Zippy for that.
Yeah.
Hannah said in the past that Zippy is cool looking, has a nice sweater, and rocking her look. And then I have said that I was pleased with Zippy's design and that it was unique. And I agree. It's our only kangaroo we've seen so far. I feel like it is not it's not an extremely well-designed kangaroo, but it is cute. It's a cute little kangaroo.
I think it's more about the uniqueness of this one.
I agree.
Because like you said, we don't get a lot of kangaroos. We also don't get
I think it's only marsupial.
Yeah, and we don't get a lot of cool mascots, I feel like. And this one's designed to be cool, I feel like. Which I respect.
I respect that, yeah, which is why I picked Zippy.
Yeah, I picked Zippy too. It wasn't really a hard choice. Like we said, Wilbur kind of just exists.
Kind of just there. All right, bye, Wilbur.
Bye-bye.
So far, we still only have one that we've disagreed on.
First round was a little bit I kind of expected that.
Yeah, I did too, but it is kind of funny, though.
Yep. Okay, so we have We have Cosmo the Cougar out of BYU, Utah, was in the tournament last year. I said that it looks like our high school mascot, Small Head. Alyssa said weird large tufts of fur on shoulders. And yeah, Cosmo's a little bit of an odd mascot.
Yeah, it's a lot going on here.
Really small head.
Really small head.
Like Alyssa said, weird tufts of fur, and just overall like a pretty simple...
Yeah, it's weird because it's like if you had a lion mascot, like having like a lion's mane tuft kind of makes sense, but cougars don't have like tufts of fur like that. That's not like how cougars are. So I don't know, just a bit odd looking. Bit odd.
Yeah. Against Rodney the Ram out of VCU in Virginia, who was in the tournament in 2023 in his back. I said pretty intimidating, large arm muscles and built, creepy smile. Alyssa said animated Mighty Duck show face, slightly off-putting, which I would agree with.
Yeah. It's like animated in a way that is like, it's like just slightly off-putting. I think that's fair. Like, I'm not like, oh my God, what is this? But it's like,
it's not like, Gideon.
You know, it's not Gideon, but you're like, oh, I don't know how I feel about this. But I did pick Rodney over Cosmo.
Definitely more intimidating. And,
I feel like it's designed a bit better, even though I'm not like 100% in on Rodney. I'm like, it's a little bit better.
Yeah.
All right, so next we have a returning favorite, Bucky Badger out of Wisconsin, who's been in the tournament every year. Hannah has said that Bucky is a good old badger chilling out. Reminds me of a ferret our friend had. Yeah. I said that Bucky looks like he's having a good time and is chill.
Yeah.
And like I think it's a silly. It's one of those ones that's like it's a silly mascot, but I like it.
It works. It works. Yeah.
It's just like a little silly badger head. Again, we don't. It's the only badger we have.
It's unique.
In the tournament.
Yeah.
So I support a good badger. Going against a newcomer, Monty out of Montana, first time in the tournament for us. And Monty is a bear. So he's wearing a little sweatband that says his name on it and is otherwise a bear mascot.
Yeah.
I will say that it's probably my least favorite bear I've seen so far because it has a really tiny head, like proportionally.
Yeah.
It's pretty small, a slim little bear. But not like offensive.
It's not like offensive. I'm not upset. I just think that if you're going to do a bear mascot, you need to really impress because there's so many and it's so simple. And I thought I like Bucky Badger. Yeah. So I went with Bucky Badger just because unique.
I did as well. Yeah. I wasn't upset with this bear, but I was like, it's not impressive in the way like a Bruiser is or a Joe Bruin is.
I swear I always have to announce
you
this
always
one.
Get Gideon. Yeah.
Okay. Gideon out of St. Mary's School in California, been in it every single year.
Every single year.
I had wrote previously, if you ever went on a blind date and he showed up, you're dead. And then I wrote, I hate that in 2023 he's still here. My thoughts haven't changed. Then I wrote, it's 2024 and this fucker is still around. St. Mary's, please just suck at basketball for our sake. And then this year I wrote, they did not hear our prayer because why would anything go right for us in 2025 and they made the tournament again?
I mean, it's accurate though.
Yeah,
accurate.
When I pulled up the bracket and saw St. Mary's, I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Yeah.
Alyssa said has had multiple plastic surgeries. Jim Carrey in The Mask, but not green. Looks like he wants to kill you. Just a man with a cape. And then side note, we said if he appeared again in 2024, we would lose it. So in 2025, we're dead. I don't remember.
These are comments that you said last year, so I added them.
I don't remember saying this second part, but I said if he appears in 2025, I'll riot, and that he likes butt things.
Yeah, we were talking about a different mascot later. I don't remember which one, but you made a comment that Gideon likes butt things.
I don't think I'm wrong.
We might have been talking about Big J.
Oh, yeah, I think I said that Gideon would like him in his asshole.
Yeah, something like that, but I added those comments from last year because I thought they were apt and important to note, you know.
I would like to take a moment.
Yeah.
For those who can't see, I'm in prayer position. I'm bowing my head.
Yeah.
St. Mary's, please, please hear this prayer. For all that is good in this world, please you can even lose by one game next year. Or just get a new mascot.
That'd be better. Just get rid of Gideon.
Get rid of Gideon. Please hear our prayers.
Redesign. Give him a redesign. He needs it.
Yeah.
In this day and age of 2025, give this man a redesign. You can do it.
Yes.
If Donkey Kong can get a redesign in 2025, Gideon can get a redesign in 2025.
Yes. I know I have not been to church for years, and I no longer really believe in religion, but for this moment, I do. Alyssa's pulling out the cross.
The power of Christ compels you.
Yes.
This is a true, I just have this because our grandpa was a pastor. So
yes.
This is something I have of his that was one of his ceremonial crosses, but it was supposed to be for bringing awareness to world hunger. That's why it's a bunch of nails soldiered together.
Yes.
I thought this was most representative of me not practicing religion, but supporting the ideas of service to others.
So here are hunger for you not to be in the tournament, and please don't make it next year. Anyways.
We'd appreciate if you got a redesign or sucked at basketball for one goddamn year. It would be great for all of us.
Yeah. So, St. Mary's. And I thought anyone's going to beat Gideon.
Anyone.
It was close.
It was close, but
we get close. Mr. Commodore out of Vanderbilt in Tennessee, which is new this year. And I said I really didn't think anyone could give Gideon a run for his money, ... Mr. Commodore is not as bad as Gideon.
No.
But Mr. Commodore is a gym bro.
Yeah, he looks like he's got the hockey flow a little bit.
Yeah, he does look
I wasn't sure if that was his helmet, or if that was his hair. I couldn't tell from his photo.
It's hard to tell.
Hard to say, but a little bit of hockey flow. He looks like he's on the Pittsburgh Steelers, like maybe a lineman.
You're right.
The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
His face is off-putting a little.
It almost looks like he's got, like, liver disease or something, because he's a bit yellow.
A little bit. It's not, it's not Gideon bad, but I wouldn't see this mascot and go, oh, great. I'd go okay.
I feel like it would lose in almost every matchup except for this one.
Pretty much. I think Purdue Pete would beat Mr. Commodore.
I would agree.
So, on that level, if you followed us, you know how I feel about Purdue Pete.
Right.
I would say it's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but certainly we've seen better cartoon mascots.
But against Gideon.
It had to win. So,
wins.
Bye. Get out of here, please. I don't want to see you ever again. All right, so back to some real mascots. We are going to Big Al out of Alabama, who has been in the tournament every year since 2022. Big Al is an elephant. I have said that he is Dumbo-esque, thick with 2 C's, and not very intimidating.
Yeah.
You've said that he is pretty cool and kind of cute, and I would agree. He's a very, cute Dumbo-looking elephant. Not, an intimidating, built, buff elephant. He's just, a little cute, round elephant body, some bright blue eyes. I enjoy it.
Same.
No complaints.
Going
against Romo from Robert Morris University in Pennsylvania. And so this is a newcomer this year, and he looks like he is probably a revolutionary soldier.
Yeah.
But on the Union, not on the Union side, the U.S. side. I'm sorry, I went for Civil War, but no, I think it's giving ship captain.
It's giving
Revolutionary War, George Washington, but on the American side of the Revolution, not a British man.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I don't hate Romo.
No.
I think of a cartoon man mascot. I didn't look at this and cringe inside. I didn't feel something break inside me. I was like, oh, I think that's, a perfectly fine mascot. That's why I picked Romo.
You picked Romo. Okay. I can't even, I can't judge you because remember when I picked the Leprechaun Man?
Yes. There's a comment somewhere about him. I don't remember.
Anyways.
Yes, you did pick someone that you said you found attractive.
Yes. I went with Big Al. I'm a fan of Big Al, and I think Big Al, maybe is slightly underappreciated, but I'm a fan. I wasn't offended by Romo either, to put it out there. I like Big Al. That's fair.
I felt like I had to support an actual cartoon man looking decently fine where we can.
Give credit where credit's due. I get it.
Credit where credit is due. So
okay,
that was my take.
I respect it. Okay, now we have fan favorite Shasta out of Houston, Texas. Been in the tournament every year. Been in our Final Fours quite a few years. I think Alyssa had Shasta winning.
I did my first year. Shasta won.
And she has said, very friendly, fluffy, nice face. I said, one of the only female mascots, good design, realistic. Yeah, Shasta's a solid mascot.
Solid mascot.
Like, looks really cool. I like that it's a female mascot.
The head's designed really well.
Yeah.
Like, the face and the features are all like, well done.
I think a reason why she's made it very far. Just a solid mascot.
Yeah.
Going against a new mascot, Eddie, out of SIU Edwardsville, which is a college in Illinois. First appearance in the Division I tournament for this school. You know, Eddie has skipped some leg and arm days. It's essentially just a very small head of I think it's a cougar.
I wasn't sure. So I get real, like, mouse rat vibes, like rodent vibes.
Yeah.
But I didn't know if it was supposed to be a cougar. Let me look it up, actually.
Yeah, let's look that up.
Because I was like, it could also be like it almost looks like it could be like a marten or like I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. Yeah, it's supposed to be a cougar.
Okay.
It doesn't really look like a cougar, in my personal opinion.
No, and it's just like, it's essentially just like a man wearing like a body suit with some fur on it with like a very small head.
It's like, it's okay. It's okay.
You know, I would like to make a point right now because, particularly in this instance, part of the mascot, and not always, but part of the things with mascots is the schools that have more money tend to have better mascots because they have more money to put into it.
Right. Not all the time, but often,
not all the time.
Yeah.
Not all the time. But since I've never heard of SIU Edwardsville, I would have to guess it's a smaller school.
Yes.
As opposed to Houston.
Right.
And so I think this is an example of, like, if they had more money, what would their mascot be? Sort of deal, because this one feels like maybe it's just like due to a budget. This is what they can come up with. It's not bad. I mean,
it's not bad, but it's like when you compare the two cougars against each other,
it's just there's no comparison.
There's no comparison. Yeah.
So yeah, I went with Shasta.
I did too. Sorry, Eddie.
Yeah,
it's not a bad mascot though.
No,
but it's just like you can't look at two cougars and think that that's the better one.
Yeah,
unfortunately. Another returning, we have the other Spike the Bulldog out of Gonzaga.
Bulldog versus Bulldog.
Bulldog versus Bulldog, yeah. So this is the second Spike the Bulldog from Gonzaga out of Washington. I always forget Gonzaga's in Washington. I don't know why.
I always think it's an East Coast.
Yeah, I don't know why that never clicks with me. But they've been in the tournament every year. I've said in the past that Spike has loose, flappy skin, big bulldog face with big underbite, not built, but I like the underbite, cute but intimidating. Hannah has said that Spike has a big head and is nice to look at. Yeah. And yeah, I think it's a perfectly fine bulldog. I do like the underbite kind of design on it. Nothing offensive about it. Versus a second bulldog, Uga, out of Georgia, who is a new team this year. This dog also has an underbite and has like almost a head shaped like candy corn.
Yeah.
The ears are like glued to the head, so they kind of just flop forward, and it makes it look like there are no ears.
It looks like the thing from like Mario Kart, the things that would come down and smash on top of you.
It does kind of look like
their heads kind of look like that.
It has a very large lip with two teeth and just like a very... the face is a little scary.
This one is just like, they're so similar.
Yeah.
Because they're essentially both bulldogs.
They're both
and it was
bulldogs.
Like, in my head, I was like, I like Spike slightly better.
Yeah.
So I picked Spike.
I did as well.
Not necessarily a bad mascot, just kind of weird.
It's just like not, again, like when we have so many bulldogs, it's, you can't go for ones that aren't like really that good.
Yeah.
It's not like offensive, but I wouldn't say it's good either.
Okay. All right. Then we get the Tiger from Clemson's in South Carolina. Came last year, and I made a comment that this man is coked out of his mind. Alyssa said skull and facial structure of a lemur. He's in your soul. I said that the neck part looks like extra flaps of skin. He's on a bad trip and distracting for the other team to look at. Yeah, the Tiger is just... He was buddying up with the one we said out of New Mexico.
Yes, the New Mexico team.
Yeah,
I can't remember what
they were doing something together.
Yeah, I don't remember what the New Mexico team was.
But anyways, yeah, he's just very, very weird and not pleasant to look at.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really have anything else to say.
Yeah, I don't either.
Against Rowdy out of McNeese State in Louisiana, which came in last year. I said that his face is very smushed and he has a white man face. Alyssa said he kind of looks like Christopher Walken. This was one of those where I'm like, do I really have to pick one of these?
Yeah.
Because they're both just kind of like...
They're both
slightly scary, but not like Gideon levels.
Yeah.
And so, I decided to go actually with Clemson.
Me too.
The tiger.
I went with the tiger as well.
Which I didn't think I'd pick the tiger, but...
I didn't think I'd pick the tiger, but I was like, I just don't want to pick Rowdy. You know?
I'm kind of offended by Rowdy just because he looks like a man.
I just like...
A white man.
I just didn't
like. And he's
wearing
chaps, and he's just...
It's just like not for me,
No.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was surprised I picked the tiger, too. I was
all right.
Yeah. Oh, another favorite of our dads.
This is our dad's favorite.
Purdue Pete out of Purdue in Indiana. And they've been in the tournament every year. They're always a basketball team. I feel like that's what they're known for.
Yep.
Hannah has described him as he's seen some hard times, howdy-doody-like. He's an industry man, old design like Tonka. Mm-hmm. I have said that our dad, unprompted, said Purdue Pete was his favorite mascot. I also said he's just trying to make ends meet. Yeah. And yeah, our dad, one year, I think I mentioned we were doing, like, mascot brackets a couple years in the past, and he was like, oh, yeah, I really like Purdue Pete. And I was like, what?
Yeah, weird choice.
It looks like a Halloween mask you'd get of, like, you know, like the president, like... kind of like plasticky looking Halloween
or
mask.
Like in some of those horror movies when the man's just wearing like a face mask. That's what it looks like,
because it's just a man, like his legs are out.
Oh, yeah,
his skin showing.
He's wearing like a 3/4 length shirt and like shorts and just like tennis shoes and white man socks.
He's just a Boilermaker, you know, with a fake head on.
He works hard though.
He works hard for his money, you know.
Hard worker.
Yeah. And this year going against a newcomer called the Prowler at a high point in North Carolina. We actually have a lot of teams in North Carolina this year.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Yeah, this is also their first appearance in a Division I tournament. Hannah said, I would rather come across this Prowler than a middle-aged white man in a grocery store. Now, Hannah, I have to ask you, when you saw this, did you immediately think of that purple Beanie Baby bear?
Yes.
I think it's like the Princess Di one.
The Princess Di one.
Yeah, the Princess Di purple bear. That's immediately what I thought of.
We never get like purple mascots.
Yeah. I was like,
I love purple, so I'm like, this is cool.
And it's like a really vibrant purple.
Yeah.
I was not disappointed with the Prowler, you know?
And also it's against Purdue Pete, so.
It's against Purdue Pete, and it's like, like a fully purple mascot.
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
It's supposed to be some type of a bear cat. I wasn't entirely sure based on it, but you know what? I was like, sorry, Purdue Pete. You know, I know he's out here working his best, but I was like, purple bear? Let me at it, you know?
Prowler wins like they typically do in America. Next, we get the Kingfisher.
Yes.
So this one we've talked about before. So Illinois has been in this tournament every year. In the past, they'd had numerous chief mascots. 2020, they voted on the new one, which was the Kingfisher. It's still unclear to me whether it's the official mascot.
I added a note to the bottom.
Okay.
So you get to that, after you read the rest of it.
So the 2024 update we had was that the Kingfisher mascot still hadn't been put into place officially, but they did have this one at the freshman move-in. And then Alyssa said that it's not an official anything brand-wise for the university, and they're extremely rigid on marketing and curating their brand. The user Rabbit Hats on a Reddit thread asking why they don't use the Kingfisher at sporting events.
And this was from like a couple months ago,
right.
So recently. So it sounds like they have this Kingfisher as like an unofficial mascot.
Right.
And it sounded like alumni and shareholders did not want, like they didn't want to get rid of the chief title of like the thing.
Yeah.
And it sounded like because of that, they wouldn't put something new in for a sporting event or like their official mascot. So it sounds like they still have no mascot.
Because this picture that I've had is off of their, like, Instagram page.
Yeah.
So it has been put out there.
Yeah, so it's like their unofficial mascot.
So we've been going with it.
Yeah. But so it won't be at any sporting event. So I don't know if we should just say they have no mascot for the time being, since it's not actually...
Yeah.
You wouldn't see it at a basketball game.
Right. Anyways, so it's kind of unclear. Maybe if they're in the tournament next year, maybe they'll have some sort of official whatever.
Yeah, maybe they'll figure it out.
Going against the Musketeer and the Blob out of Xavier in Ohio. So this mascot duo was in 2023 and is now back. I just put why. I said that Elmo and the Cookie Monster had a child and it's the Blob. Alyssa said the face of Mr. Potato Head on a rug, unfitted shag carpet, saggy ball sack. And then said the Musketeer is fine. Yeah, the Musketeer by itself would be a perfectly fine mascot.
I know, the Musketeer is a totally fine mascot.
I think the Musketeer on its own would actually, like, make it further in this bracket for me. The Blob just pulls it down.
The Blob does pull it down. I don't know why they have two mascots at Xavier. Like, why is it not just the Musketeer?
And this one, you know, as much as I don't like the Blob, I also don't feel good about picking a mascot that's not really an official mascot.
I felt the same way.
So I did pick Xavier.
I picked Xavier as well.
Yeah.
Just because of that. But it is like, I don't know why they have two mascots. It doesn't really make sense to me in the slightest.
It is weird.
All right, so then we have the Kentucky, out of Kentucky, we have the Wildcat, which has been in the tournament every single year. Hannah has said in the past that it is a cat, not impressive, tiny face, and the proportions are off.
Yeah.
I have said that it has a tiny head-to-hand ratio and huge hands and feet. And this is arguably one of the worst cat mascots that we've ever, that we have.
Yeah.
I think Villanova is probably worse just because it's scarier.
Villanova's rough, yeah.
But this one is just, not it. It just is not impressive in any way, shape, or form. Mm-hmm. I don't have anything positive to say about the Wildcat.
No.
Going against, out of Alabama, Troy, the school Troy with the mascot T. Roy. This is a new one this year, and it is a Trojan Spartan-esque mascot with striped pants and some sandals, but fake feet in sandals. It's got some muscles built into the suit. And it is looks like a child head.
Yeah, and it's wearing the, Wisconsin pants, the striped pants.
This Spartan, it looks like an 8-year-old is wearing a Spartan outfit. The proportions of this man are very odd.
Yeah. Because
we have a Sparty, every Spartan mascot is just not going to compare.
No.
And because of that, I had to go with the Wildcat.
Yeah, congrats to the Wildcat, because
surprisingly made it.
You don't usually make it past the first round.
It's just T. Roy I saw it and I went, ooh.
Also, the name is T. Roy just made me want to immediately.
I'm just call him Troy. T. Roy was call him Troy.
You don't need to do a play on words.
Yeah, we don't need to do that.
Okay. We get Joe Brune. Joe Brune out of UCLA, who had been in the tournament in 2022 and 2023, and then missed a year and is back. And I've said before that Joe Brune can get it. He is like Winnie the Pooh. And I said in 2023 that Joe is looking better than ever, and I would say in 2025 he's looking even better than ever. Mm-hmm. I said very friendly looking, can't help but like him. Alyssa said she agreed with me, kind of like an actual teddy bear.
Yeah, the design is very much like an actual bear that you would kind of the old school teddy bear design.
I think Joe Brune is the gold standard for the bear mascot.
Yeah.
Just a very cool mascot to see. Mm-hmm. And I think Alyssa's seen Joe Brune.
I do.
In person.
Yeah, I went to a gymnastics meet, I believe is the title for what it would be, a meet. It was UCLA versus, I don't remember which school, but when the gymnasts get a perfect dismount on their stunts, they get to put on Joe Brune's head and go across the floor.
Love it.
So I did see Joe Brune in person.
Yeah.
He was impressive from a distance, in person.
It's good to have Joe back.
Yeah, good to have him back.
Against Big Blue from Utah State, which has been around since 2023. I said a bull ram ? Intimidating. Alyssa said slightly off, the face isn't symmetrical.
Yeah, the eyes they don't line up right.
Right, and then the mouth, it's the whole face is a little bit slightly off.
it's like a face made of putty almost.
Yeah, like it's drooping in the sun a little bit.
The face, yeah. It's just like not appealing.
It's an okay mascot, but against Joe Bruin, it kind of just is like...
It wasn't going to get picked.
No.
Bye. All right, and we get our final matchup of the first round.
Yeah.
Another returning favorite, Smokey, out of Tennessee, who's been around since 2022. Hannah has said that he is a Blue Point Hound, goofy vibes, friendly, and a fun play on words because the Smoky Mountains, Smokey the dog.
I do like Smokey.
I said that Smokey has a saddened face, but is hanging out for support. He's here to cheer you on, but he does like have that like sad eyebrow expression that those dogs do. But he's a little cute mascot, so I'm not upset about Smokey ever. Going against a different new dog this year called Boss, out of Wooford in South Carolina.
Yeah.
Now this looks almost more maybe like a terrier type dog.
Yeah, it does look like a terrier.
Is probably what I would guess he is, but he is like a black and white dog with these huge gold shoes. He's got like a frown type face. Mm-hmm. It's not like a badly designed dog.
No, you know what? I was like, for a dog, for a new mascot, I was like, not bad.
It was fine, yeah. No complaints.
I did pick him over Smokey.
You did? Okay,
yeah.
I picked Smokey. I got a soft spot for Smokey, just because he is like a little sad guy, but like he's here for support,
Yeah. I just think the newness of this mascot kind of excited me a bit.
This one I was like, they're both perfectly reasonable dogs.
They're not bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. That is the first round. Round 1 is done.
Okay, so this will be kind of easy because for the most part we have the same teams.
The same. There's only, I think, 2 or 3 that are different.
Yeah.
And that's
it. So we both have Stinger out of Alabama State going against Billy Blue Jay out of Creighton. Yeah. I went with Billy Blue Jay.
Okay, I went with Stinger.
Okay.
I really liked the design of Stinger because it was like a bee. I was like, this is fun. It's unique. It's not like I was happy with the design. So, Stinger.
Cool.
So our next matchup, I don't know if I said meetup. We have the Triton versus Handsome Dan, the Bulldog. And I went with the Triton.
I did too. I like the Triton.
I think it's a well done design, yeah.
I think it's also cool because it's like a different mascot that we don't normally see.
It's fun.
And there's far too many Bulldogs.
There are too many Bulldogs.
Have them. We need to cut some out at this point. We both have Ramses out of North Carolina, again, going against Lou the Bison, which was a new mascot out of Lipscomb. I went with Lou.
I went with Lou.
I like Lou. I think Lou's a solid new mascot.
And Lou would have gone further had he not got stopped by a big gun the next round. But, just a spoiler alert. But I did actually really like Lou as a mascot.
No, I did too.
Yeah.
I did too.
All right, our next round, we have Iggy the Golden Eagle versus Sparty. And I feel like Iggy always goes out early just because it always gets paired with something.
Iggy always gets like better. A top contender.
Yeah, and like Iggy is a perfectly fine mascot, but I was gonna pick Sparty. So
Sparty.
Sorry, Iggy.
Sparty. It's hard. It's hard to beat Sparty.
I know.
Okay. We both have Albert and Alberta out of University of Florida against Jonathan the Husky. Oh no, sorry.
I have Top Dog.
Yep, I have Jonathan the Husky. Alyssa has Top Dog. So I went with Jonathan.
I went with Top Dog.
Okay.
Yeah, over Albert and Alberta.
Albert and Alberta. Yeah. They're just okay mascots.
Yeah.
Nothing special.
Yeah, nothing special.
I was feeling Jonathan this year.
I was feeling Top Dog.
Yeah.
I was like a little silly. You know what? I feel like we haven't had a little silly mascot in a while, so
sometimes that's all you need out of life.
Plus, that pose of him on the ground really sold the silliness to me. So
love it.
I kind of was in on that. All right, for our next round, we both have Cam the Ram versus Tetsudo the Turtle, and I chose Tetsudo.
I went with Cam the Ram.
Okay.
I was feeling Cam the Ram.
This one was a bit like they were pretty similar to me.
They're both similar in that they're not nothing too special about either one.
They're not a top contender, but they are a perfectly average, solid mascot. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. We both have Spike out of Iowa. I have Sammy. You have Sammy as well.
Yep, we both
have Sammy out of UNC Wilmington. And I went with Spike.
I went Spike as well.
Yeah, I think Spike out of the Bulldogs is one of the better.
It's probably the best.
Maybe the
best Bulldog. Yeah, I would say. And
Sammy was good, but nothing special.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so then this one, I have Big Red. I think we both have Big Red versus Durango.
Yes.
This one was arguably one of the hardest ones because
I think
they're both very similar. They're both red pig / boar type, like cow designs.
Yeah.
And I did pick Big Red, but I really wanted to pick Durango. It was a really close call.
I picked Durango. I really like Durango.
I like both of them a lot because I think Big Red has made it far for me in the past.
Yeah.
I do like both their designs a lot, and it was really hard that they were up against each other because they're so similar. But I do like both of them quite a bit.
Yeah. We both have the Blue Devil out of Duke going against Bruiser out of Baylor. And I went with Bruiser.
I did as well.
Yeah. Blue Devil just not cutting it.
And honestly, it was kind of shocking it made it.
Yeah, I think it was just...
But just due to the circumstances
against the worst team.
Make that happen. All right, and then our next round, we have the Oregon Duck against Zippy. This one was hard because I do really like Zippy, but the Oregon Duck is such a well done mascot that I had to pick the Oregon Duck.
I agree. This was one of the hardest cuts, though.
Yeah, I do like Zippy, though. I'm a fan of Zippy.
Oregon Duck is just so well done.
It's a well done design.
We both had Rodney the Ram from VCU going against Bucky Badger out of Wisconsin. Yeah. I went with Rodney the Ram.
Okay, I went with Bucky. Okay. I just like the cute little badger. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
You know?
I think Rodney the Ram is, like, for me, the right amount of intimidating, which I think is hard to do. So. Yeah.
Oh, I remembered his name is Killian, the mascot you had a crush on. Killian, yes.
Killian.
That was him.
Okay.
So then we have Mr. Commodore versus, for you, it's Big Al.
Yep.
For me, it's Romo. And I chose Romo.
Okay. I went with Big Al, so...
Okay. So
Mr. Commodore, no surprise, is gone.
Is gone, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't say I'm shocked. We both chose to cut that man.
No. Sorry to this man, but we are not. Okay. And then we both have Shasta going against Spike the Bulldog out of Gonzaga. And I went with Shasta.
I went with Shasta as well. She's a favorite. She did win the tournament for me one year.
Solid mascot.
All right, and then we surprisingly both have the Tiger out of Clemson versus the Prowler. And I chose the Prowler.
I chose the Prowler, too. I like the Prowler.
I'm a fan of the Prowler.
I love the purple. Love the purple.
Big fan of the purple, you know?
Yeah.
I'm out here enjoying that, you know? Sometimes I don't like a mascot that's, like, so, like, not realistic. But in this case, it works great.
Yeah. In a weird turn of events, we both have the Musketeer and the Blob out of Xavier against the Wildcat out of Kentucky. And I said, I guess the Musketeer and the Blob.
I picked the Wildcat.
Okay.
I just hate that Blob
This is a hard one because they're both...
Yeah. They're both not good.
I think what comes down to it for me is that the Musketeer to me is impressive enough to go past.
I can't get past the fact that it's just like a blob with a Musketeer man. And I'm what happened?
It is unsettling.
Like, how do they decide on this?
Right.
All right, and then our last matchup of our round 2 is Joe Brune versus, for me, Smokey, and for Hannah, the Boss. And I chose Joe Brune.
I picked Joe Brune, too. Not too surprising.
Yeah. Joe Brune's a good one.
Been in my top 4 multiple times.
And that was round 2.
Yeah,
we're going to the Sweet 16.
Nice. Okay. Alyssa has the Stinger out of Alabama State. I have Billy Blue Jay out of Crichton against the Triton out of UC San Diego, and I went with the Triton.
I had the Stinger versus Triton, and this was one of my hardest matchups because I really like both their designs, but I ended up picking Stinger. You know?
Okay.
But I like, both of them are really good. That's what I was like,
They're
both
good.
of them are really good new mascots that have joined us. So you picked Triton, right?
I did.
Okay.
So bye-bye Billy Blue Jay.
Yeah, but this one was a tough one for me. I really was like, they're both good, so it's hard to pick. All right. And then, so for our next round, we both have Lou versus Sparty. And this one hurt me because I do really like, again, a really good, well-designed newer mascot. Yeah. But Sparty's just like,
Sparty's too strong.
Sparty's too strong.
I would agree.
He is too strong. But Lou, a good mascot. If you come back, hopefully you can get paired against something a little bit better,
yeah,
you know.
I would agree.
Than Sparty.
We both have Jonathan the Husky?
No, you have Jonathan the Husky.
I have Jonathan the Husky. Alyssa has Top Dog against, for me, Cam the Ram. For Alyssa, Tetsudo the Turtle.
Yes.
And I went with Jonathan the Husky.
I went with Top Dog.
Okay.
Yeah. So Tetsudo did not make it. So we lose Cam the Ram and Tetsudo.
Yep.
Okay. That was our first matchup where we had 4 options.
Yeah.
You know?
That doesn't happen very often.
It doesn't happen that often.
Especially this far into it.
Yeah. All right. So our next matchup, we have Spike the Bulldog. Mm-hmm. And then for me, it's Big Red. And for you, it is Durango.
Yeah.
I chose Big Red.
I went with Durango. I really like Durango.
Yeah. All right. Goodbye, Spike. You did well. Not well enough, though. I only have 3 photos in my hand.
Okay. Next, we have Bruiser out of Baylor against the Oregon Duck out of Oregon. I went with the Duck. Gotta go with the Duck.
I went with the Duck as well.
Yeah.
Sorry. I love
just
that
such
duck.
A solid mascot.
Love that duck. All right. In our next round, you have Rodney the Ram.
Yes.
I have Bucky the Badger. And you have Big Al. And I have Romo.
Yeah.
So another 4-1.
Yeah.
I chose Romo.
Okay. I went with Rodney the Ram.
Okay. Romo, I was like, you know what? I support him. I'm here for him this year. I can support a revolutionary kind of American figure, in these trying times.
Yep. We both have Shasta going against the Prowler.
Yes.
This one was hard.
It was hard. I agree.
Because I really like the Prowler, but Shasta's just a really good mascot.
A great design. Yeah, I felt the same way. I was like, I really like the Prowler, but Shasta just is a hard one to beat.
Yeah.
So, bye. Okay, so you have the Musketeer and the Blob. Mm-hmm. I have the Wildcat versus Joe Brune. And I think it would come to
I
no
don't
surprise
think it's
that I chose
surprising that Joe Brune wins.
Yeah. Joe Brune, this was like one of the easiest ones where I was like, I'm not, why wouldn't I pick Joe Brune in this case,
Yep.
Easy.
Okay. On to our next round.
Elite 8. We're almost to the Final 4.
Okay, so Alyssa has the Stinger out of Alabama State. I have the Triton out of UC San Diego going against Sparty. Tough one.
It's a tough one.
I really, really like the Triton, and I picked the Triton.
You picked the Triton.
I did.
Stinger versus Sparty. I went with Sparty.
Yeah. Okay.
I love Sparty, but I respect the Triton pick. I respect it.
I just really like the Triton because I think it's one we haven't really seen, and I just think it's really well done, like you said, for like a human-esque mascot.
It is a well-done mascot.
Right.
I can't...
Like, when I compare that one to Sparty, it's like, it's pretty comparable, which is hard to do.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so you have Jonathan the Husky.
Yep.
I have Top Dog. You have Durango.
Yep.
And I have Big Red. I picked Top Dog.
Interesting. Okay, I went with Durango.
I just really thought it was like a cute, silly mascot. I don't know. I was like, I dig Top Dog. Yeah. You picked Durango. Okay.
I did. I like Durango a lot.
Yeah, Durango's a well-done design.
I just like it. Okay, so we both have the Oregon Duck. Mm-hmm. Going against, for me, Rodney the Ram. For you, Romo. And I went with Oregon Duck.
I went with the Oregon Duck as well. Yeah. That duck is, I love that duck.
Solid duck.
Supports that duck has replaced Sebastian because Sebastian hasn't been in the tournament the last 2 years. So I was like, this is the Sebastian replacement for me.
Oh, this one's hard.
Yep,
this one's hard.
Tough one. This is a tough one because both these teams have been in our Final Fours
multiple
times. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we both have Shasta versus Joe Brune, both fan favorites.
Ugh.
I picked Shasta, but it did hurt to cut Joe Brune.
I can't cut Joe Brune.
Okay.
That was maybe one of the hardest picks for me.
Yeah, it was a tough one.
Because, like you said, they both are teams that we've had.
And we actually have pretty different Final Fours this year.
We don't usually get that. Yeah. Especially compared to last year when we had the same.
Yeah. Very contested, but okay.
Okay, so I have the Triton. Alyssa has Sparty going against Durango. Alyssa has Sparty going against Top Dog. This one was very hard for me, but I do really like... Now I'm like second guessing. No, I really like the Triton. I'm going to go with the Triton.
Okay.
Yep.
I ended up picking Sparty over Top Dog. Top Dog had a good run, but for me, Sparty is a powerhouse,
Yeah.
We both have the Duck. Mm-hmm. For me, it's versus Shasta. For you, it's versus Joe Brune. I picked the Oregon Duck.
I did too. It's just such a solid mascot.
Yeah, it's a great mascot.
It's such a solid mascot. That one's hard too.
Yeah,
because
that's a hard one.
Shasta and Joe Byrne are both very solid mascots.
Okay, so now for your finals, Hannah, you have the Triton versus the Oregon Duck.
I do.
I have Sparty versus the Oregon Duck.
Yeah.
Who is your winner?
I picked the Triton.
Mascot bracket.
The newcomer, first time in the Division I tournament, and they win my bracket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This year, this was tough for me because I like both these mascots a lot, but I have never given the win to Sparty. So this year felt like the year.
The year for Sparty.
Considering it's been in my Final Four every single year and it has not won once, I thought, you know what? I'm going to give it to Sparty this year. Yeah. I was feeling good, feeling the green, feeling the white.
You know, we both ended up picking pretty similar mascots as the winner in their own ways. But yeah, I mean, I would say overall I was impressed with a lot of the new team's mascots this year.
Yeah, I feel like our left side was a lot more contentious than our right side.
I would agree.
And that's kind of when I was doing the brackets, I was having a lot of trouble on the left side. Where I was
think
like,
the right side,
are good.
It didn't get challenging for me till we got down to like the Shasta, Joe Byrne, Oregon Duck.
That was the
left side was pretty hard because there's a world where I could also see me picking Durango to win the whole thing. Because I just really liked the uniqueness of that design. So yeah, it was a hard year, but I think overall, like, a pretty competitive year when it got down to the end.
Especially for us, because there's like, I feel like our first round was very similar for everything, but then after that, we had sometimes very different stuff. So yeah. But yeah, I always love a good mascot bracket.
Love it.
One we like to do every year. So this is our sports content of the year.
Yes.
Well, I guess our second sports content technically of the year.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you would like to share your favorite college mascots, feel free to do so. Our email is r3podcasts@gmail.com. We have an Instagram account. We have a letterbox. Not that that's necessarily related to this, but we have them. But yeah, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to send them to us. As always, no feet pics.
No feet pics.
Mascot feet pics maybe would be okay if they're
that.
covered feet, you know.
I'll allow it.
We'll allow mascot feet pics, but not real human feet pics. But yeah, do you have any final thoughts?
No, I mean, I love a March Madness bracket. You can bet we'll be back next year with one. And again, St. Mary's.
Gideon.
Hear that prayer.
Just like a prayer. Gideon's going to take you there.
Just like a prayer. Bye. We would like to thank Joseph McDade for our intro music. He provides free music available for all kinds of creative use. The song that we used is called Sunrise Expedition, and you can find it and his other music on his website, josephmcdade.com. If you would like to reach us, you can email us at r3podcasts@gmail.com. That's R, the number 3, podcasts@gmail.com. Or you can find us on Instagram by searching Research Rank Repeat. Cash, you're going to need to move because you're on top of my bracket. Let's move. Hey. Nope. We got to move. You got to move.
Get out of here. Hey, get out of here.
Can you move?
Oh my God, Danny,
go. Go. Okay.